Next up here on By the Book, we've got Zack Price, the professional sports investor, joining us here next, talking golf and more. Stay with us.
I am super excited to get your thoughts, not just on the U.S. Open, because a lot of drama has gone down, and we were going to see these live guys play next week. We were going to be able to wager on them at the U.S. Open no matter what, but now things have shifted because obviously the news coming out of the golf world, which I thought was surprising, that Liv was merging with the PGA. You did not think this was surprising. I actually saw you talk about this possible merger probably happening sometime soon because you have a Brooks Koepka and even a Phil Mickelson at the Masters who are playing really good golf, and the fact that these live guys are winning a major, well, that might be a problem for the PGA. So overall, your thoughts, how did you see this coming? And I guess, do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing in the long run?
Everyone's got their opinions here, and I'm not going to get into politics. I'm just going to talk golf. Everybody wants to watch the best players in the world play. There's hundreds of millions of dollars out there, and I know that the best players in the world all want to play against the best players in the world, and this is what everybody wants to see. I'm thrilled to see it if it goes through. How did I see it coming? It just makes sense. Startup league, takes a bunch of players. PGA Tour didn't think it was going to ruffle any feathers. Those guys play great at the Masters. Brooks won the PGA, forced their hand. Let's get all the best guys under one umbrella. Next year, we're going to see a lot of great golf, as we will next week at a major when they can all play.
How would you feel if you were Rory McIlroy this week?
It's been a tough week for Rory, but you know what? I got to give him credit. He's going to man up, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a guy like Rory win the U.S. Open right in everybody's face.
Wow.
All
Interesting.
Right. Sounds like a plan there. Let's talk about the U.S. Open. I like that it's at the Los Angeles Country Club because it'll be finishing a little bit later, being that,
Earlier.
Well, no, it'll end our time, 8 o'clock at night or even 9 o'clock or so, right? On Sunday. So we're getting a late sweat into Sunday night potentially with this. Let's open up with the course itself, though, and, the event. What do you know about it?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, no, they've never played this course in any big events. I don't know much about the course at all. But, do you mind if well, first of all, if we're going to go to L.A., come on. You know what we got to do here, but
absolutely.
I got to get on my notes for a second. L.A. Country Club returns to the members are not allowed to use their phones at all on the course. So just to give a little preview, they can't use them to even take photos. You have to have an actual camera to take photos, and they're not allowed to be shared on social media. So nobody knows anything about this course unless you played it. There's going to be not a lot of general grounds players. There's going to be a ground attendance. There's going to be a lot of VIP tents everywhere. This is LA. It's going to be a very interesting U.S. Open. Par 70. There's 5 par 3s. There's 3 par 5s. That's actually one more than most U.S. Opens. The USGA is going to be tightening up the fairways. Not that tight, though. So, we might see some birdies. And a lot of holes down the stretch are going to be available for 2-shot swings. So I think we're going to have a lot of excitement with some in-play live golf.
All right, so let's talk about some early leans that you have. Obviously, this tournament kicks off next Thursday. So it's no surprise that you're going to have a Scotty and a Rahm at the top of the leaderboard, right? Rory McIlroy, we mentioned 11-1. I guess that's not totally surprising either. What kind of stinks now is you're no longer getting Brooks Koepka pricing. We are getting major Brooks pricing because of what he's done at the PGA Championship, winning, of course, and then a top 5 finish at the Masters. So he's plus 850. Early leans, what are we thinking?
Yeah, just like you said, Rory's too short of a price. I said I like him to play well, but I'm not going to pay that price. I see Scotty Scheffler. I don't know anything about the course. I've never seen these players play the course. Well, Scotty Scheffler's like a guaranteed top 5 on any course he plays. So I think he's a safe pick out of the gates just to have one of those top players. Another guy I like is Southern Cal. Patrick Cantlay went to UCLA. This is being played at LA Country Club. So again, I don't know much about the course. I'm going to learn next week more about the course, but right now I'm going to go with what I know. And I like Patrick Cantlay. He's got a great game for the U.S. Open. Patient player, 6-hour rounds, and he's got the game to play a U.S. Open.
6-hour rounds, yeah. Very true.
Max Homa, Meg. I mean, I know you liked him at the Masters, and it didn't exactly work out very well. He has a tough time at Augusta, but you know what? Where he has a great time at?
California.
Is LA Country Club. They played the Pac-12 championship here. So while the tour hasn't played here, Max Homa won the championship at LA Country Club. So I like Max Homa this week. He's never finished top 10 in a major. I think he's going to place top 10 this week.
Let me ask you about Corey Connors real quick, because obviously he was a popular play this week at the RBC Canadian Open because he had a great showing last year at this event. He's obviously Canadian. People want to root for him. Does it make you nervous to bet Corey Connors? I'm not saying he's going to win, but if he wins this week, to have action on him the following week?
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah.
If Corey Connors wins this week, I don't think he's going to even pay attention to next week because this is his Open Championship at the Canadian Open. So, yeah, if he wins, yes, I would not take him to win next week, but I would take him to play well. He's phenomenal, a great player in the majors. I love his game, and I think that he will come right off this into the U.S. Open with a strong game.
How about Phil Mickelson on that list?
On the card?
Lefty?
The man who changed golf forever.
Truly,
Phil Mickelson. The 50, how old is he now? 51, 2, 3. Phil Mickelson, the only major he's never won, Big Chi, I know Meg knows, is the U.S. Open. He's finished second like 4, 5, 6 times, something like that. He's never been able to get it done. 150 to 1, did I see him? 200 to 1? With all the energy coming off the live, the man who changed golf forever, put me down, Phil Mickelson, 150 to 1. And all the haters are going to be tweeting at me tonight.
Okay, and lastly, Harold Varner at 200 to 1. Why do you like him?
HV3, another live guy. He went to live, and when they asked him why, he said, it's too much money to pass up. He got applauded for that. He has the money, and now he's about to be welcomed back, possibly to the tour. He's the biggest winner. He has nothing to lose this week. He's going to go out there and have fun. He's got the money. He's got the game. He's got the attitude. Harold Varner, have a good week next week.
Does feel good to go through life without a lot of weight on your shoulders and to be financially stable, no doubt about that.
These live guys are financially stable. And you know what? These PGA guys, at least your top bunch, like they're going to get paid. They're going to get theirs with this merger for sure. So there's no way Rory McIlroy is that mad that this is unfolding the way it is. I mean, he can be mad, but he's going to get paid because this is happening too, right?
Let's get back to playing golf and talking about golf, right? That's what I want. Rory, tough go round for the PGA guys, live guys, big winners in this. Pretty soon we'll just be playing golf and talking about golf. This will be golf history.
Meg might be hitting the course this weekend, from what I understand, because the air is clearing here in the Mid-Atlantic, and we always enjoy hanging out with you, Zach. Now I'm fired up for next week's U.S. Open, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Zach, thank you so much for joining us, my man. Appreciate it.
Big G, Meg, glad to be on. See you next time.
See you next time. Great stuff from Zack Price, the professional sports investor. When we return here on By the Book, we're going to be chatting with Josh Engels.